Mr. Blatter, thank you very much for your time today. You have under 200 days left now as FIFA president until you depart. Lots of other people have had their opinion about your presidency. How do you assess your time as FIFA president?
You know, my time as FIFA president, I have to assess it in my total time I have spent in FIFA. It's now 40 years. From zero to, let's say, in 98, where already we have taken the decision that the World Cup shall be not played by 16, but by 24, then the first time in France, 32 teams, and already the decision to go to Japan and Korea for 2002, so to develop the football. And then the game came from minus, when we started in 98, when we speak about our economic resources, and then now where we are.
Do you leave the game? You leave the game in a better position. Is that what you feel when you walk out of these doors in February? Football is better.
If I leave now, the game is exceptionally good, and the game is played everywhere, and the game is played by everybody. And what I brought in, and what is so important, it's women's football. This was a challenge made to me in '86 in a congress in Mexico.
So I think what you're saying, there are, even your fiercest critics would acknowledge that there are good things that you have brought to the game, the universality. You've talked about the development of the women's game. And yet, Mr. Blatter, you are having to leave office with a cloud hanging over this organisation. You do not want to be leaving FIFA at this time.
I don't have to leave the office. I said I will leave. I put my mandate at disposal in the moment when we had this crisis. And I will leave it to give a good FIFA, to deliver the good FIFA, not the one which has been created now. And if you look around the world, football nowadays, everywhere football is played.
This is about legacy. This is about your legacy to football, your legacy to FIFA. And the public opinion right now, the fans' opinion of you, rightly or wrongly, is that this organisation has systemic corruption at its heart. Is that something that you reject?
But that's not true. That's not true. This has been created. The institution is not corrupt. There is no corruption in football. There is corruption with individuals. There is not a general organized corruption.
There's no corruption within FIFA?
No, it is with people. The institution FIFA is not corrupt. People, they are in FIFA, or they serve in FIFA. There may be, and we have started with our reforms in 2011, and have a look how many members of the executive committee, they took the decision on the 2nd of December 2010, how many are still serving or they are away. No, it's not the institution. That's what I cannot understand when the media, the world media, say FIFA is corrupt. Not FIFA is corrupt. On the field of play, it's easy to control all the footballers because you have boundaries, you have a time limit, you have a referee. Outside of the field of play, you don't have that. And who can control 300 million people directly, 1.6 billion indirectly? It's impossible.
But I don't think anyone's expecting you to control 1.6 billion people, 300 million players.
Yeah, but they told that I have to do it.
Yes, but they may expect you, certainly on one level, to control your executive committee. But because the number of people that have left. This is, and again, we come back to your legacy.
Yeah.
Your legacy is one of a number of people within that executive committee leaving because of proven corruption or alleged corruption, or they've walked away because of investigations. Yeah. And yet you were presiding over that organisation the entire time. So either you knew about this and turned a blind eye to it, or you didn't know about it, and that shows a level, perhaps, observers say, of incompetency on your part, that you let this flourish.
Listen, the problem in FIFA, and this is now what is the ultimate reform we have to do now, the problem is the composition of the executive committee. The executive committee is not elected by the same entity than the president. So I have a government which has not been elected by the same entity. And therefore, this government is coming by elections through the confederations. So now I have to take people, they are not mine people. And I shall be morally responsible for them? I cannot be responsible for them. I can only put some hurdles that it shall not be repeated, but I cannot take the moral responsibility of the behavior of people.
So putting moral responsibility to one side, because this again is your legacy and this is how people are going to remember you as a FIFA leader. People, I think, look at this and think, this was going on for a number of years. We now know the allegations are there stemming back through multiple years. People like Chuck Blazer, who had more money, that he had an apartment in Trump Tower for his cats. That didn't arouse some suspicion that these people had so much money, that this was going on under your watch, that you thought everything is okay. And it's only in recent months that you've realised, look at the scale of this problem. That's what people think.
Yeah, but that's a wrong thinking by looking who is responsible. In this case, he was the Secretary General of a confederation, and then he was elected into the FIFA Executive Committee. But who is responsible for these people? This region.
Are you not responsible for these people?
No, I'm not responsible. I am not responsible morally for these people. On sporting behavior, I am responsible, but not what they are doing. And we, even in FIFA, in our statutes, we have no rights to go to any confederation to ask them what they are doing with the money. That's their problem. And this is the constitution we have. And that's why the last point we have to do in our reform is to change that. Is to change it because we have made so many reforms. So when you ask the legacy, the legacy of the people, and the people, you say the fans. Okay, there is a lot of fans using the devices, the electronic social media, whatever, and then kill Blatter. Okay,
you're not a popular man, are you? On Twitter?
But go to the world, go to Asia, go to Africa. In Asia, two-thirds of the world population. Go to China, go to the big countries. Ask them what they think about FIFA and Blatter. That's different.
You think you are loved in these countries, in these places?
At least respected, because I have done a lot. Not only me, the FIFA has done a lot. And I have served this FIFA. And I'm sure that this will be recognized, that the big job that has been done by FIFA and by myself, 40 years.
See, it's interesting because I think people think you seem to suggest that there's a sense of injustice coming across, that perhaps people don't appreciate all you have done, and that this is, you are being, Francois Carrard, the man who's coming in to lead your reform, said this weekend you are being unfairly targeted. Is that how you feel? The world is against you?
Well, listen, he comes just in and he has looked the documents that are around, official documents, and he comes to this conclusion. Sure, somebody must be responsible, but it's not the head of state who is responsible of all the villain. It's the government also. But what I have, tell me what I have done wrong. Tell me.
Well,
tell me.
I think what many people will think, Mr. Blatter, is that the way in which you decided to lay down your mandate, as you put it, 4 days before at the Congress here, you stood on stage and said, "Let's go FIFA," and you were re-elected. 4 days after that, you stood in the auditorium here in this building and said you were laying down your mandate because you didn't have the support of the whole football world. Many people will think what happened with the raids, what happened with the investigation and the indictment, and something happened over that weekend clearly made you change your mind. So what was it that made you make this decision?
This is a matter that is still in investigation by different parties, and I told the other day, I will come out with the result, or the situation will come out with the result, and then it can also explain I did it because I wanted to protect FIFA, not myself, because I can protect myself. I'm strong enough because I know what I have done, what I have not done. I have my conscience. I know that I'm a honest man.
Your conscience is clean.
So, I'm clean. I'm clean. So I'm a honest man. So I defend the institution. The institution is the best thing, the football, the game, the philosophy which is behind this game, is the best thing that we have actually in the world. And introducing in this game since, let's say 1 year and a half, this handshake for peace, Can you imagine what the movement is? It's not only discipline, respect, and fair play. It is peace. It is peace. And
Mr. Blatter, the Nobel Peace Center.
What better message we can give?
It's an important message, but on the Handshake for Peace, it's been an initiative that you had with the Nobel Peace Center.
Yeah.
They walked away.
They
said
no.
we don't want anything to do with FIFA because of these.
No, that's not
you're
true.
Toxic.
No, that's
to these
not
organizations.
True. That's not true.
That's not true. They didn't walk away.
No. They gave us all rights to go on. It was this political movement. Everybody wanted to leave FIFA because they thought now it is a boat that's going somewhere. These are not good people. But they said now, yes, go on. You will see this Handshake for Peace everywhere. You will see this official emblem that they have created.
It's still there.
Yeah, here, and it was in Urichen as
yes.
well. It's there,
yeah.
and it works.
But again, we come back to the issue of legacy. People look at that. Organizations like the Nobel Peace Center walking away. Sponsors writing letters saying that.
Yeah, but we had a meeting.
Change.
We had a meeting with them. We have to speak. They are not sponsors. These are partners.
Okay,
and
let me finish my question to you.
Let me finish my.
It is important on this point. They have walked away. Other partners, as you put it, have expressed extreme concerns. At the midst of all this, you are trying to suggest or give your legacy and say the good things that you did for the game. What I'm saying to you is that people maybe not are clouded. They can't judge you on those things, the positive things you've done for the game, because of these allegations, because of the indictment, because of the criminal concerns that are ongoing.
But
and I'm asking you to clear that
indictment
up.
against whom?
The indictment is against one of the vice presidents who sat in the room with you, against executive committee members who decided on World Cups.
In what activities?
Well, let's look at the South Africa World Cup in 2010. Accusations that votes were bought and paid for.
This I don't speak about that. Listen, this World Cup Africa was the cleanest World Cup that had ever been done, and this item that you are turning around, this is not an item.
Okay.
I only want to say that all those that have been arrested here in Zurich, they were arrested by activities in their confederations and not as FIFA.
Okay, so there was no fraud in the 2010 South African World Cup.
I said it was all correct.
$10 million was passed.
I don't enter into this discussion.
Why not? This is your legacy. People look at this and think this organization and you knew about this.
Because this is one of the cases who is investigated by other entities. Let them come to a solution, and you will see.
I want to move on from this point.
Don't prevail on what the decisions will.
But this is, again, legacy, Mr. Blatter. People look at
but
this
legacy,
and think,
legacy is
you
also...
knew about this. Did you know about it?
Listen, I have spoken about this in 2 press conferences. I say nothing now about that because it is still in the investigation with the whole thing.
You're a worried man, aren't you?
No, I'm not a worried man. I am worried if investigation journalists as you, an intelligent man like you, you try to bring always the same thing back. But look forward, help us to investigate what really has happened.
I'm giving you an opportunity, Mr. Blatter, in front of millions of people now to clear up these big allegations, these big claims.
Yeah, but I cannot go into investigations that they are running. But you will see how this, let's say, this tsunami that started here will come out for FIFA.
It will be positive for FIFA in the end.
Absolutely.
But but you will not be president at that time, though. This will be some way in the future.
I am not a prophet to say how long it takes, but I am sure that people is realizing that the job I have done in FIFA is a good job. It's the right job for the development of football. It's the right job for education of youth. It is a social, cultural movement around the world where people get together. It is a situation where you meet people, where you construct bridges, where you go over belligerent situations. And if there are people, they don't like the organization or they don't like me, they will realize they have been wrong. They will realize that.
In time, the world will see that you were a good man for FIFA.
But I am a good man. But if somebody says I'm not a good man, he has the right to say so, because it is impossible to have only friends in your life. If you have only friends, you are not good. You are not good.
The Americans certainly aren't your friends at the moment. You have
Who?
Well, the Department of Justice.
Yeah, good, but I have a lot of friends in America.
Okay, but you know,
friends or
okay,
fans,
but specifically
yeah.
on that point,
yeah.
This they've said that is a World Cup of fraud over this organisation. They have made very serious claims. We know that FIFA have retained very high-powered lawyers. You have retained very high-powered lawyers in this case. You are trying to cooperate. What is your ultimate fear for what this investigation could do to FIFA?
Listen, this is an investigation that is on now. As you have said, we are cooperating and we are looking forward and we are defending. I am specifically defending FIFA. Again, I say I can defend myself. I do not need a lot of help because I know myself, but we have to defend FIFA. And for the time being, FIFA is the party, the suffering party there. And that's why we have to work to defend FIFA.
You took the World Cup to parts of the world that it hasn't been to before. You had an internationalist vision. Are you proud of what you have done in terms of that, in terms of taking the World Cup to new lands?
To the different, yes, the rotation of the World Cup.
Why
yes.
was that important to you?
Because if you remember what I said at the very beginning, when we started our discussion today, somebody came in, it was Havelange, by saying, football shall not only be America, so South America, and Europe. And the World Cup were only played there. So the World Cup belongs to everybody.
We are now looking at a World Cup in Russia and a World Cup in Qatar. In terms of your legacy, how important are those World Cups?
This is just to underline that it goes around the world and it goes to different cultures as well.
So you're pleased that it's going to those countries?
Yes.
Yes. In terms of the Qatar World Cup, it's caused a lot of disruption, hasn't it? You talked about fair play as a big thing for you in terms of that. Was the way that the Russia and Qatar World Cups done on the basis of fair play?
But listen, this is a matter that has been decided. There has been a lot of discussions around that. We have taken the decision to have 2 World Cups decided on the same meeting, and this has given the results that are there. If there are the results that everybody has expected, it's not so important. But these are the results, and they are preparing the World Cup. They are going to play the World Cups.
The race is now on to succeed you as president. Mr. Platini is the favourite. He's done a very good job at UEFA in the eyes of many, made them economically strong, taken their competitions on. Why shouldn't he be the next president of FIFA?
Why?
Why should he not be the next president of FIFA? Is there any reason why he shouldn't be a good president?
Why not?
You would be happy with that?
Why not? Listen, now there is a race for the president. Don't ask the president who is elected to make a comment on the race to the presidency. Let them go and let them see. Whoever.
So it's fine for you. You don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's a Congress who will decide. That's not me.
Obviously, there are allegations that your office is producing private briefing documents against Michel Platini.
Well, this is you say it. I don't know that.
Yeah.
No.
So that's an investigation that's ongoing.
That's
right now.
Ongoing.
It just suggests that you do care.
Would I do? I care that people act accordingly to the ethics and the standards of discipline and respect. All persons.
My final question, I guess, is relating back to you as a man who's been in FIFA for over 40 years, someone who's seen the game develop and grow, who's seen crises and scandals come the way of the organisation. Do you hope now that in time, as you said, that your opinion will change of you? And what is your message to people about you as you now enter this final period within FIFA? What is the message you want to send to fans?
I want to say to the fans, they shall believe in the game, because the game has such a value. an educational value which is based on discipline, self-discipline, respect, fair play. Combat game, because you must combat in life, and it gives you the possibility, this game, to be together in a group. Nowadays, where the family is, the school is not any longer, or is not any longer playing the big part they played 50 years ago, let's say. Nowadays, it's all individual. And that's why also this football has now such an interest, because people, they like to be in group. And football, why they come to football? Because it's the instinctive game of the human being. Everybody is kicking. And this football, and I say it to the fans, keep this game and respect this game and accept that in this game it cannot be perfect, because it's a human game and humanity is not perfect.
Sepp Blatter, thank you.
In 2015, the world has around 7.3 billion inhabitants. We have added 1 billion people since 2003 and 2 billion since 1990.
People born 60 years ago have seen the population of the world triple.